A very good afternoon and welcome to NTV News. I am Siksha Sharma. We take a look into the headlines first. Health Ministry says HMPV virus spread in China is a common virus, adding there is no need to panic about it, urges not to disseminate false information. More than 100,000 evacuated as wind-whipped wildfires spread across Los Angeles area of United States. Death toll rises to 5. A total of 1,095 aftershocks recorded following Tuesday's 7-magnitude earthquake that jolted China's Xinjiang. 126 killed so far. And China's Harbin prepares for the 9th Asian Winter Games as multi-sport event just a month away. Athletes to compete in 64 sports disciplines. Welcome back to NTV News. Taking a look into news in detail now. The Ministry of Health and Population has said that the human metapneumovirus, HMPV, spread in China is a common virus and there is no need to panic about it. Issuing a press statement, the Ministry of Health has said that its attention was drawn to false information spread in different media outlets and social networking sites, urging all not to have trust on such rumors. The ministry says this virus-causing cold was observed in Nepal in the past as well, adding it has already prepared for the test, monitoring and recovery measures for this virus. The ministry has also stated that the risk of serious health issues from this virus was low, and normally the virus is spread on the people having poor immunity, children and senior citizens. Likewise, the ministry has said that monitoring and alertness have been intensified by the ministry, Department of Health Services, hospitals and laboratories as well. The intensifying cold has crippled the daily life across the country. For the past few days, the Tarai regions have been experiencing a cold wave, while high, hilly and Himalayan districts are witnessing sharp dip in mercury and snowfall. The extreme cold has led the schools in several parts of the country to close down, including in Kanchanpur. Local levels like Shuklafata Municipality, Punarbas Municipality and Krishnapur Municipality in Kanchanpur have decided to halt classes of schools for 4 days with the biting cold following wave in the district. The district has witnessed cold wave for a week now. The decision to grant the winter holiday comes in view of adverse impacts on students' health due to rising cold, and have also asked all the concerned schools to halt classroom-based teaching and learning in the private and community schools. The government attorneys are scheduled to present their counter-arguments in the Surya Darshan cooperative embezzlement case today at the Kaski District Court. The case involves Rashtriya Swatantra Party RSP President and former Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Rabi Lamichhane, along with 6 other co-defendants. On Wednesday, the legal representatives of the defendants completed their arguments, after which the plaintiff's lawyer began their responses. The hearing is being conducted under the bench of Judge Nitish Kumar Rai. The court is expected to deliver its verdict today on whether the defendants, including Lamichhane, will remain in custody for further investigation or released pending trial. The charges against Lamichhane and 43 others filed by the Kaski District Government Attorney's Office on December 22 accuses them of embezzling funds from the Surya Darshan cooperative. Lamichhane is facing charges of cooperative fraud, organized crime and money laundering. The charges allege systematic embezzlement of funds from the cooperative's members, with claims that the misappropriations were carried out through organized efforts. Let's take a look into a short break. Welcome back to NTV News. Taking a look into further developments. Wind-fueled wildfires continue to grow as overtaxed fire crews battle 3 major out-of-control blazes that killed at least 5 people in Los Angeles area of the United States. There are now at least 6 fires raging in Los Angeles and its neighboring Ventura County. Apart from one in Woodley, which has decreased in size, the others are 0% contained, officials say. As many as 1,500 structures, mostly homes and businesses, were destroyed in the metropolitan area. from the Pacific coast inland to Pasadena. More than 100,000 people have been forced to evacuate from the Eaton fire. Another 37,000 have been evacuated because of Palisades Inferno. Meanwhile, firefighters in Los Angeles are experiencing a shortage of water as they try to contain most destructive wildfires burning in and around the city. A total of 1,095 aftershocks had been recorded as of 8 on Thursday after a 8 a.m. Thursday after a 7 magnitude earthquake jolted Jingyi County in southern China's Xinjiang Autonomous Region on Tuesday morning, according to the China Earthquake Network Center (CENC). A powerful quake struck Jingyi in there at 9:05 a.m. Tuesday with a depth of 10 kilometers. The disaster has claimed at least 126 lives, injured 188 others, and the cause of the collapse of more than 3,600 houses as of Tuesday night. The epicenter, located in Sogo Township, is home to approximately 6,900 people across 27 villages within a 20-kilometer radius. Jingyi County, situated on the northern slope of the Himalayas, borders Nepal to the south and lies near the northern base camp of Mount Everest, the world's highest peak. Venezuelan strongman Nicolas Maduro claimed that 2 senior U.S. officials were among 7 foreign mercenaries arrested days before his swearing in for a third term, widely viewed as illegitimate. The 2 Americans in the group arrested on Tuesday and accused of plotting unspecified terrorist acts were a senior FBI official and a senior military official. Maduro said at an event broadcast on state TV. Meanwhile, Interior Minister Diosdado Cabello linked detained former presidential candidate Enrique Marquez to a U.S. citizen, allegedly an FBI agent, and accused him of being involved in a coup against President Nicolas Maduro. The announcement comes just hours before protest called to challenge Maduro's third-term inauguration following the July 28 elections, which the opposition claims were stolen. Let's take a look into yet another break. Welcome back to NTV News, taking a look into further developments. Google failed to persuade a federal judge to dismiss a privacy class action, claiming it collected personal data from people's cell phones after they switched off a button to stop the tracking, paving the way for a possible August trial. Chief Judge Richard Seaborg of the federal court in San Francisco rejected arguments that the search engine company adequately disclosed how its web and app activity settings worked and that users consented to the tracking. Google had also argued that its basic record keeping does not hurt anyone. Users of Android and non-Android mobile devices accused Google of invading their privacy and violating California law against unauthorized fraudulent computer access by intercepting and saving their personal browsing histories without consent. A wide range of Japanese firms see the need to continue raising wages due to structural labor shortages, the Bank of Japan said on Thursday. Analyzing regional economies, the central bank added that many areas saw broadening price hikes by firms seeking to generate the proceeds from which to pay higher wages. Some firms said they have yet to decide how much they would raise pay this year, while other similar companies remain cautious about hiking wages due to the impact of higher cost on profits, the BOJ has said. The recent revival of the rubber tapper trade in this impoverished northern Brazilian region has created jobs for families who once thrived during the Amazonian rubber boom, which collapsed in the late 20th century. A local company, Seringo, has enabled Renato and more than 1,500 rubber tappers to resume their craft. The company produces goods such as footwear while also protecting the forest, increasingly threatened by deforestation. With each incision made carefully to avoid harming the trunk, the native Amazonian tree begins to drip its latex into a container placed underneath. Each day, the tappers collect about 18 liters, mixing it with vinegar to produce white rubber sheets. These hang on a rope for 10 days to dry before being sold to Seringo, which picks them up from his riverside home. A quick look into what other news are up for you next. SpaceX has conducted a Falcon 9 launch of 21 Starlink satellites, including 13 with direct-to-cell capabilities to low Earth orbit from Launch Complex 39A at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. This was the third flight of the first stage booster supporting this mission, which previously launched GOESU and a Starlink mission. Following stage separation, the first stage will land on the A shortfall of Gravitas drone ship, which will be stationed in the Atlantic Ocean. Time we take a look into sports update. As the eagerly awaited 9th Asian Winter Games are just 30 days away, Wednesday, the host city Harbin in northeastern China's Heilongjiang province is embracing the multi-sport event with dazzling games-themed ice and snow sculptures and thrilling winter activities. At the world's largest ice and snow theme park, the 26th edition of the Harbin Ice and Snow World, the entire facility has been meticulously infused with Asian Games-themed elements, captivating both the domestic and international visitors. At the park's eastern entrance, a striking ice countdown clock stands as a popular photo spot for the visitors, signaling the anticipation surrounding the Games. Once inside, guests are greeted by prominent features related to the Asian Winter Games. The Games theme, Dream of Winter, Love Among Asia, is displayed in giant characters. Flanking the motto are Bin Bin and Nini, the Games mascots inspired by the Siberian tiger. The 9th Asian Winter Games, scheduled for February 7 to 14, will feature athletes from across Asia competing in 6 major events, 11 sub-events and 64 disciplines. And that was a wrap-up from the sports front. We have come to end of this bulletin, taking a look into headlines as a reminder of the top stories. Health Ministry says HMVP virus spread in China is a common virus, adding there is no need to panic about it, urges not to disseminate false information. More than 100,000 evacuated as wind-whipped wildfires spread across Los Angeles area of United States. Death toll rises to 5. A total of 1,095 aftershocks recorded following Tuesday's 7-magnitude earthquake that jolted China, 126 killed so far. And China's Harbin prepares for the 9th Asian Winter Games as multi-sport event is just a month away. Athletes to compete in 64 sports disciplines. That's all we have for now. Have a great day ahead. Namaste.